What, not who. I remember the first time I was being asked, "What are you?" not "Who are you?" I remember it, and then I hate. Never thought of my beloved ones, questioning about my love life, and asked, "Are you serious?" Never really imagined of my family looking at me like a person they've never met before. Never thought of my mother praying Buddha just to break up with my love. Never thought of my father making tea leaf salad for us. Primary school friends asked me, "What is your birthday?" And then I said, "I don't really care, because my family will do something special for me anyway." I remember one of my birthdays. My friends were waiting for the cake, and I was about to cry. When my father came back in rush with a cake, I celebrated with my friends, but I didn't really like the cake. Middle school friends asked me, "Why don't you keep your long hair like us?" And then I said, "I don't really care, because my mother said this is okay." I remember that day when I came back from the school beauty pageant. My mother was disappointed at me just because I won the second prize. I think I cried a bit, but didn't say that I never really wanted to do that. High school friends asked me, "What did he give you? A love letter?" And then I said, "I don't really care, because I'm not sure if I like him or not." I remember that my mother asked me on the same day if I have a boyfriend like others. When I told her that I got a love letter from a boy, she smiled and told me that she doesn't really like him. I remember that I said no to that boy. College friends asked me, "Who's your crush?" And then I said, "I don't really know if I really like her or not." I remember that my friend said, "You should ask her out." And then I smiled. I thought it was her, not knowing about herself, that she was not there to go out with me. But it was me who didn't know to find my true self. And when I met my love, everything is different. I didn't really care if my family do something special for me. I didn't really care how I want to dress myself up. I didn't really care who I should love, and I didn't really care to show my true self. But then I remember when I said about my love to my family, my sister asked me, "Are you sure?" Why won't I be sure about who I love? Why won't I be sure about who I want to live together with? Why won't I be sure about who truly love me in a way that they feel to show to me? Why won't I be sure about who make me feel the way I want to be? Why won't I be sure about that? I remember that my mother asked me, "What are you?" I remember it, and then I hate. That is the first time I was being asked, "What are you?" I didn't really care about it. I didn't really answer to my mother, and I never will. I didn't really want to be a what. I didn't really hate my family too.